friends, welcome back. I am Nicole. This is Peace Love Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying the 30-day yoga pose challenge. Today we are putting together a few more poses that we have already worked on, and we are going to go through our Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B sequence. So, as we go along through the 30 days, we'll be adding poses, and as I can put together like short mini sequences, I'll record a separate video just so you can see that these little 10-15 minutes a day will really pay off, where you can actually do a full class, a full sequence. So we've already learned some warm-ups, Sun Salutation A, and now Sun Salutation B. And we are only on, day 8? So we're moving right along, and you'll be able to, no problem, follow along in a yoga class. All right, so we're gonna start going slowly through it, and you're gonna get a little sweaty. So this one is going to, it's a flow, so we're linking our breath to our movement, but I'm going to go really slow the first time through and kind of pay attention to some of the details of the individual poses as we link them together, and then we'll go through one more time. And we're going to do each time, each side, I think. So this one will get you a little bit of heat going here. All right. So let's start in mountain pose. Just to get into our space today. Remember, our palms are facing forward, our big toes are touching if it's comfortable for you. Eyes can be closed, shoulders are down. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Take a few breaths here. Think back to your intention you set for today if you have not already set one. Concentrate on what you would like to get out of your day, out of your practice, and this quiet, calm time for yourself. When you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. All right, look down, double check those big toes are touching, heels slightly apart. Now we're starting with fierce pose, so if it was more comfortable for you to have your feet a little farther apart, go ahead and adjust how you need to. Any modifications, any options, anything you're feeling in your body, always please listen to and do what you need to do for that day. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale, sinking it down, arms go up, fingers are wide, pinky spiral in, chest is open, knees, thighs are pushing together. So we are here in fierce pose. Let's inhale, exhale, forward fold. Fold it down. Inhale, half lift. Hands can go to the mat or your shins. Create that flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back. We're going to step up to a plank here. We're going to inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Check those elbows, guide in. We're going to lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll those toes under, push it back, downward facing dog, creating that upside down V. Those inner thighs are spiraling together, heels are guiding down, and you're creating that straight line in your back. Let's do an inhale here, and side out. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring that right foot forward and step up to your hand. So we're in this like low lunge position. This back foot, we're gonna spin 45-degree angle. And if you need to, walk that front foot out a little bit. Before we rise up and inhale, warrior one, sinking it into that front knee. Back leg is straight, arms go up, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back. Now, you can go straight back to downward facing dog or take your vinyasa, which means you come down. We're going to take our chaturanga, our upward facing dog, and meet back in downward facing dog. So when we talk about your vinyasa. That is what we're talking about. Okay, now inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step it through to meet that left hand. Walk it out a little if you need to. Spin that back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up. Grounding down to the outer edge of that back foot. So if you're leaning this way, make sure it's pushing down. Your hips are squared forward. Sinking down into that front knee. Back here to warrior one. Now in warrior one in a class, you might even do 3 to 5 breaths. So this is a pose you'll kind of hang out in. So you'll have some time to really find stillness and connect to your breath. So we'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale, as you exhale, plant your hands. Step it right back to downward facing dog, or take it through your vinyasa. Got our chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Push it back, downward facing dog. So now we've done both sides. We're going to inhale, lift our heels, bend our knees, and step it up to the top of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe those feet so that our big toes are touching. We're going to inhale, chair pose, fierce pose. Exhale, rise to stand, arms at your side, mountain pose. So that was our whole sequence. Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. And you'll probably do 3 of those in a class. I mean, some classes you might do a couple. Sometimes in a class you won't recognize your Sun Salutation B, as they might take the traditional Sun Salutation B and add on quite a bit in the middle. But you'll usually recognize the fierce pose, that Utkatasana chair pose at the beginning and the end. And sometimes they get long, so you have to do both legs all the way through. So this time through, I'm going to go the opposite direction. Still going to start with our right leg, and this time I'm going to cue you with your breath and the pose. And I'll say it in English, maybe add some Sanskrit, but I'll definitely say it in English. And our inhale or exhale, and I'm going to try to limit the other cues. So at any time during any of these videos or tutorials, you want to press pause and focus on a certain section or a certain pose, or to get a drink of water, whatever you need, pause as needed, because I am talking fast and going fast to keep it in these 10 to 15 minutes. And I appreciate your patience with me as we go through these and as we learn together. All right, so we're in mountain pose. Eyes can be closed. Let's take one deep inhale. Side out. Here we go. Inhale, fierce pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three breaths. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. As you exhale, plant your hands, step it back, straight back to downward facing dog, or take your vinyasa. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. So we're going to inhale our left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Big inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, if that back is rounding up, remember to bend those knees. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, step to the top of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fierce pose. One more inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fierce pose. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, guys, that was Sun Salutation B. And my apologies, I just added on the end an extra fierce pose. So as we stepped up and we were in fierce pose here, really all we needed to do is mountain pose. But I went from here, forward fold, half lift, another fierce pose. I don't know. We just adjusted it a little bit, but I'm sure you followed along and caught on quickly. And maybe you were like, what is she doing? So thank you so much for being here, for putting all those poses together for our Sun Salutation B. Wishing you a great day. Namaste.